pace car is in, and here we go.
Ty Gibbs looking to the outside of Kyle Larson for the lead off of 2.
Well, I think Kyle Larson's just in that tire conservation mode. I think he's going to listen to Cliff Daniels and just back his pace off and try to save his tires. And Ty Gibbs just took off there and passed him.
This restart strings out a lot more than any prior restart. It's like not a lot of people rushing to the front.
I think you're exactly right. And you listen to the radio. I looked over. Cliff Daniels told Kyle Larson about a 1670. I think will be plenty. That'll be some reserve for the end of this race. Let them go. If they want to take off, I remember Martinsville. My first race in Martinsville, Tony Stewart passing blew his doors off. Kevin put a straightaway on and thought, ha, he ain't so bad after all. I was a lap down by the end of that run.
Well, that's what's going to happen right here. If you don't save your tires and pace yourself, and you can see at the front of the pack, this is just like a late model stock race at a worn out racetrack. These guys are checking up the pace. They're side by side. Josh Berry one of the very best at late model stock racing in this country. Going to try to position himself, and I wouldn't be surprised if he just tries to back up and run the pace of the leader now that he's got his track position.
Shot that gap. I think that's the key. You know, if I can get to the lead like Ty Gibbs, now I want to back it up.
Yeah, and that lap right there, you can already see Josh Berry ran a 16.5 on the last lap, backed up to 16.70. Now he's just content to ride right there.
Martin Truex is not content. He wants the lead from his Joe Gibbs Toyota teammate and takes it.
And he's not even going to pressure him. Ty Gibbs is not going to pressure him at all because he wants to run that pace. He's got the track position that he's happy with, and these guys are going to start pacing themselves to try to make these tires last longer.
Well, that's where you got to discipline yourself behind this wheel. It's going to be easy to get to that lead. All right, if I can get to the lead, then I'm going to back up. Well, you start backing up, now I'm going to get greedy. Some other guy is. Don't get enticed into that. Stay on the plan. Stay managing these tires.
Truex becomes the 10th different leader today. 20 lead changes so far. As Christopher Bell battles Josh Berry for 4th. Inches apart.
Careful.
Less than an inch.
Well, we saw them run, and you're going to see Ty Gibbs go on the outside right here for the lead, and he's like, okay, I'm going to go back up front and take the lead, and I'm going to set the pace again. And every time somebody gets the lead, they check that pace up in order to try to get their cars to where they are in the right track position and then try to set the pace.
Race pace has fallen off about 0.7 of a second from where we were at this stage on the last green flag run, and the 4 Gibbs cars are in 4 of the top 5 spots.
Yeah, that's management. They can take off, and you can see it at will. If you want to go lead this race, have at it. But you're going to wish you didn't here in about 30 laps. A second difference from this takeoff of this run versus the last.
All intentional. Nothing to do with the racetrack, the cars, the tires, all by choice from the teams and the drivers. And now there's a huge game of strategy and a game of chicken that's going to happen with all this jockeying back and forth to see who wants to set the pace and who wants to get out there and make up track position as they get behind.